Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Bass Pipers channel. How all you pipers doing out there? I know it's been a few days since Bass Pipers been on. Hey, Rumble. Hope you all are doing well. Never fails. I get on, start a new video, and I get a phone call. But I found out y'all don't see those, so that's wonderful. I'm waiting for this to get off my screen because it cuts half my head off, at least in what I see. But hey guys, I'm smoking some creme brulee, Sutliff creme brulee or molto dolce. Let me get it out right. The creme brulee is in the package, the Sutliff bulk, and the molto dolce is the same thing, but they put it in a tin and call it a different name. And I'm smoking it in my Boswell 9mm Rhodesian. Y'all can see that. That's a beautiful little pipe that Boswell did, JM did, and he made it for me in a 9mm. Now, of course, as we all know about molto dolce and creme brulee, it takes a while. This stuff is wet. It's a goopy type of tobacco, but it's a good tobacco as far as an aromatic. But it may take you a few lights and use up half your butane in your lighter to get it going. But once you get it there, she does pretty good. I was listening to Flat Cap Piper last night and Lady Fire. They were doing the review on the Warped Espresso. And I did a little review on that myself months back. And they were talking about, or Lady Fire was talking about maybe letting it dry out a little bit. Well, I can tell you, Flat Cap, if you're watching, if you see this video, Lady Fire, if you see this, hun, if you ever do a review on Sutliff's creme brulee or molto dolce, you'll need to let that dry out for about a week before you can do your video. Because this stuff is, I mean, when you do your char light and it's crackling on you, you know that stuff's wet. But I didn't get a chance to dry it out. I was going to make a video, so I'll be fighting this probably throughout the video. But hey guys, I just want to get on here for a minute, and I hope everybody that's down in the Florida area survived the hurricane. I didn't get a chance to get on there while everything was going on since Wednesday, and I know Charlie, Boca de Boynton, and all that is out there, different ones that are out there. I think they did okay. You guys were okay. Flat Cap, I know you're out there. Lady Fire, and some others. And from what I understand, you all got through this okay. So thank the Lord for that, for you guys. Now, here in Virginia, in the Tidewater area, we're seeing some rain right now this morning. They were calling originally for just a sloppy mess all weekend. But then I had Lowe's deliver me about an hour ago some flooring. And you all know we have been redoing the man cave and all of that. We finally got all that finished in the man cave, except for one little closet area thing that I got to get done. But we decided to go ahead and run the flooring that we have throughout the house and the man cave on into the sunroom. Instead of putting new carpet out there, we decided to go ahead and keep the laminate flooring. So, and I got talking and this has gone out. But they're going to come in Monday to put that in, and then I can, right now, if I turn the camera around, my man cave looked like a bomb hit it because I got everything that was in the sunroom is either in my office, my man cave, or out in the garage. So, with that, you know how when you remodel a room or do something, your whole house, the other rooms get tore up. for a while, so Bass Piper's having some anxiety issues. My man cave's all jacked up. I just got it straight. But we know that's just temporary. But hey, I was talking to y'all the last video about my cigar journey. And I went and picked up a couple of more cigars. I'm just trying some out, as you know. And if y'all haven't tried Zeal Cigar, Bradley and JR over there at Zeal Cigar, they're out of Phoenix, Arizona, somewhere in Arizona near the Phoenix area. Bradley gets into more of the house blends and stuff. He carries some of the name brand big boys out there in cigars, but excuse me. In talking to him, I picked up a couple of little well, not a sample pack, but I picked up about 5 sticks of what they call, I think it's Promovial, Connecticut or something like that, whatever they call it. They have little names they give their house blends. The other one was called Cocoa Chemist, and they raved about that, about how it was so much like eating a cupcake and chocolate and stuff, you know. And as I've told you before, I've been getting more pronounced flavors with cigars than I actually do with the pipe. Like this Molto Dolce or this Creme Brulee, you know, I can get some little hints of things, but not like I do in a cigar. And of course the cigars, I'm just trying to go through a few of them to see what my palate likes and what it don't. And so, but that's going pretty good. In fact, I'll probably have one of those Cocoa Chemists. I haven't smoked any cigars in the last week or so. And they tell you that when you get them in, especially from the online stores, to let them sit for about 3 or 4 days to get acclimated to your environment, the temperature, the humidity, and all of that. That would, you know, impair or affect the smoke of the cigar. So these have been here about 5 days. So I'm going to go ahead and fire one up with a Cocoa Chemist later on this afternoon. My intent was to make the man cave here, the den, more for pipes, or more pipe style, you know, nostalgia and stuff like that. And then back in the sunroom, I'm going to make that more cigar, and make it and dress it up more like a cigar lounge, and I got a pipe lounge, so to speak. But as you know, my only glitch is, guys, I'm trying hard in trying to find, I found this one inline fan for trying to tackle cigar after smoke and smoking smell. And it's called Cloud, I want to say Cloud 9. It's, man, I can't remember the first name of it, but I'll make another video on that. So if you're ever interested in wanting something in your house to ventilate, these seem to be on YouTube, what I've seen, some nice ones. You can get them in 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, I think, and 12-inch model diameter fans. And what they do, you would run a vent, you put a vent in your ceiling. And like, for example, if I'm looking at the 12-inch, I would run a, you know, some 12-inch flex duct at the end of that vent, run it into, if this was the airline fan, run it and hook it up to that end, and then on the other end, put the other flex line out and carry it on up in the attic to my gable of my house, where the gable vent is. And of course, the airline fan would be, inline fan, should I say, inline fan, would be up in the attic. Now, buddy, I tell you, I'm going to get the name of that. I wish I knew how to just put stuff in my video to edit, so I didn't have to make another video just to tell you a name. But I got it on my phone, but I can't stop now to look it up. But to listen to that, it goes from 1 to 10 in speed. And buddy, I tell you, that thing at high must move somewhere between 3 to 4,000 cubic feet per minute. I mean, that thing sounds like a jet. I mean, it's they call it quiet, but when you get it wound up, it's a good thing it's up in the attic. You don't want it hanging around your ceiling or down your wall, hooking up, you know, because it'll be pretty loud in your room. But I'm gonna tell you, it looks like that thing there will suck out some air quick, especially if you got a little window cracked, you know, to get some fresh air coming through. So that's what my son and I are going to be looking at later on. Because I told my wife too, I said, even if, you know, bad weather, winter, just like today, I'm smoking inside in my man cave. You probably hear my rabbit air going. And, but I can tell you, the rabbit airs are good. But, and I haven't tried a cigar with my rabbit air in here yet. But I don't know yet how well the rabbit air will take care of cigar smoke and afterwards. I think it will do fine, but I don't think it will be excellent. And if I'm going to try a cigar once in a while here back in the lounge in the back, then it's got to be pretty much excellent. And so we're going to see what happens with that, because I told Miss Bass Piper that you know, even if I don't end up having a cigar or, you know, or two here in the house where it can be ventilated out, because I don't want the smoke all in the home and all that type of thing. So I don't want a way that it can suck it right on out. She doesn't want, you know, even the after smell, even if it's faint. You see, what some people have got to understand is Bass Piper being a preacher. I don't advertise my pipe and cigar hobby, because there's some that would look down on it. You know, they can smoke what they want, but preacher, you're a preacher. You shouldn't be smoking anything. So we got to make sure that the house don't smell like anything, or pipes and cigars if somebody should stop by. And you see, when you're a preacher, depending on what church you have, you got to do some of the little hobbies that we have in your closet. That could cost you a few parishioners, you know. And I know some of you guys that are preachers that are on the YTPC, that are either currently pastoring or you're retired, you know exactly what I'm saying. So anyway, we want to try to keep the house as pleasant as possible. But, you know, cigar smoke is a lot heavier. In fact, I think it's probably heavier than even a cigarette. But, so it lingers. But I won't be smoking many cigars in the house. But even for my pipe, I would like to relax sometimes with my pipe. But to have a nice little unit, and that's the only one that I've found so far that really has the CFMs that will circulate the air and get it out of here quick. So the 12-inch I've seen on Amazon, they run about somewhere around $400. And then they go a little cheaper the smaller diameter you get. But I think I'm just going to go with the big boy to make sure I got plenty of airflow coming out of there, or jetting out of that room. So anyway, that's what we're looking at doing in the future here. But I'll let you know when I try the Coco Chemist and the other one I've got a nat. Both of these are they're not flavored cigars, but they got excellent ratings of being natural cigars. The flavors they put out, they're not infused or anything like that. But the cool thing about it is, I talked to Bradley, guys, and a few minutes on the phone week and a half ago when I placed an order for these. And these cigars, you know, most of the house blends, they don't come in with bands on the cigars. They don't come in a fancy box. That's why you're saving so much money. They don't cost you as much. But he said the same, you know, AJ Fernandez, or, you know, Perdomo, or Macanuno, or whatever, you know, they all make the you know, the generic, as we say, blends. They're all long leaf. They're all nice, but they just don't put bands and names on them and fancy boxes. I mean, these came in a Ziploc bag with a Bovita pack. That's how fancy these cigars came. But if they're good cigars and they're not costing you an arm and a leg, that's not a bad deal. So, gotta get my tamper here, guys. So Bass Piper, as I said, is just kind of playing around with it. And seeing where it goes. I got some new subscribers on Rumble, and I got some new subscribers on my YouTube channel. And let me say thank you so much. I got to do a shout out in the next few videos. I'm going to try to. And try to round up the Rumble crowd and the ones on YouTube. But let me say, Bass Piper, thanks each and every one of you for your support. Of course, the Rumble crowd is not building up as, you know, like the YouTube. But I see a lot of the Pipers going over there, and I think that's a good thing. Because we don't know how crazy and stupid YouTube will get eventually. But it's good to have another platform. So anyway, guys, I'll be getting something out with thanking my subscribers. I try to get out and thank all my subscribers when I can and give a shout out when I can remember to do it. I don't want you to think I don't care about my subscribers. But, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. And, hey, I want to put out a prayer request and shout out as well to Doc. Most of you already know Doc had a stroke a few days back, or about a week back. He made a little video and could barely talk. And I want to send Doc a text to kind of see how he's doing. But, man, keep your prayers going for Preacher Man Piper. He just had some health problems, and you know he's getting over breaking his arm, and now he's had a small stroke. I hope it's a small one. And we hope to see him back on making videos. So be in prayer for him and his wife, because I know his wife's got some health problems too. And it's been a pretty busy week for Bass Piper in one way. I had, just a couple of days ago, I had an older church member of mine from a church several years back, in fact 22 years back. I got a call from his wife, and he was dying with Alzheimer's dementia disease affecting the front lobal and stuff of his brain. And when I got to see him, he was just out of it. And I had to do his funeral on Wednesday. So everything seems to be going pretty good at the church, guys. You know, anytime you pastor a church, you're going to have a few snafus here or there. But other than that, God is good, and we appreciate all of His blessings there. So anyway, guys, it's 19 minutes. I've been rambling long enough. I just want to get on here to say hi. I hadn't been on here in a few days. And the cigar journey and saga continues, and I hadn't had a pipe in weeks. So I thought I would get on here with this Boswell and a little wet creme brulee. Seems to be doing pretty good now. But, so anyway, you guys stay dry out there. Those of y'all that are in the path of this Ian, I think it's called. and I think it's supposed to hit into South Carolina today and journey on up. And I think in Virginia, they got it slated that it's going to go on up through Roanoke. So it's kind of going to bypass us, but we'll probably get some rain or, stuff like that. But listen, you guys stay safe out there, stay dry, and the best you can. And Bass Piper will talk with you later. And as I always say, relax. Have a pipe. And now I got to add cigars, right? Hey, and don't forget to count the many blessings God gives us each and every day. Hey, you know what? If you're watching this video, you got up this morning, that's a blessing. You could have had the other alternative. So just the things we take for granted, getting up every day, breathing every day, that's a blessing from God. You guys take care. Don't know if I'll put one out this weekend, but if I don't, we'll see you sometime next week. See you later. Bye.